happens there is a place between the medicines, and there's probably lots of works in engineering in the material science, and also working with the tissue engineering in our groups over there. So it's a multidisciplinary areas there. It's very new things, developing new materials, or the tissue. There's a tissue engineering and happens activities around there. Photonics is a very strong areas. We offer lots of interesting projects there in terms of developing devices, the optical devices for treatments or for the diagnosis purpose there. There's a lot of AIs involved in this part of the work. Medical instrumentation, imaging that devices will be including people activities like digital diagnosis and mobile sensings, rehabilitations, and there's patient data reconstructions, 3D printings, lots of fun activities over there. So that's kind of giving you examples of what we do and was as a student, what you involve in the study there. Next page. So we are, apart from we have a strong base on campus in engineering, we also have a home in the hospital, for example, surgical skill centers, where we have, for example, Da Vinci surgical system there, which the clinicians will teach on how these operate. And as engineering, how we developing the new tools, how we kind of seeing how it's operate and how to develop it, how to see the challenges over there for the developing the medical devices further. Next slide. Another home we have in the hospital is the Clinical Research Center, where has many of the clinical trials ongoing, and many of the students involved with the in the activity in this center here. And for example, is to analyzing the patient data, or at least to be part of the clinical trials, doing the clinical trials there. So there's a lot of research and oriented activities or clinical related activities in the studies, no matter it's undergraduate or postgraduate studies here. So I think that's the part of the biomedical engineering. I hand over to you, Graham.
Thanks very much, Zihong. Thanks for that overview of your programs in biomedical engineering. So there are some common themes between the degree programs offered by the School of Life Sciences and Science and Engineering when we're thinking about biomedical sciences and biomedical engineering. There's very much an emphasis on practical skills. Both schools have state-of-the-art facilities and a very nurturing student environment. We have excellent graduate outcomes and employability. The student voice is very, very important. So students are represented at almost every level within the university. All modules have module representatives that can feed back to members of staff. And those representatives often sit on some of the university and school level committees. And then finally, both our degree programs are fully accredited, so they are externally regulated and checked by those accreditation bodies. So if you're interested in more about the university, there's lots of information available on our university website. So this is just a screenshot taken from our page on scholarships. So as a university, we do offer a number of different scholarships, each with slightly different criteria. So it's best, if you're interested, to have a look at the website to identify which scholarship is going to be most applicable to you. If you do have any further questions or queries, Lots of information is available on our website, so the web address is there. It's dundee.ac.uk. And both Ji-hong and I are joined by our colleague Vivian Chow. She's the Regional Manager for Southeast Asia, and she is running a parallel session as part of this event. So if you do have more general questions about the university or studying in Dundee, Vivian will be more than happy to answer those particular questions. That just leaves me to thank you all on behalf of Ji-hong, Vivian and I for joining us for today's session. I think we do have just a few minutes left at the end if there are any questions that Ji-hong or I can try and answer here. So thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Graham and Professor Ji-hong. I think we have one question from a student. She was asking, do you arrange internships and employment for international students, or do students need to manage it themselves?
Okay, maybe I can start that one from the School of Life Sciences perspective. As a school, we do offer a summer internship or summer school program that allows students to spend 8 to 10 weeks working in one of our world-class research labs. Applications to that program are competitive, so you do have to submit an application and undergo a short interview. But we do offer typically each year maybe 50 places for our students, and that's available to students at the end of their second year or at the end of their third year. In addition to our school summer program, many of our research scientists offer their own internship opportunities that are funded by external organizations such as charities or drug companies. So there's lots of opportunities to pick up additional research out with your undergraduate program.
All right, for the next question, what is the admission procedure?
Okay, so you can either apply through UCAS or we can have direct applications. But again, I'm sorry, not Ji-hong, Vivian will be able to answer more questions around that. Also, just go back to the website. It lists all our entry requirements for each of our degree programs.
All right, I think that would be all for today. Thank you so much for the insightful sharing. Okay, if you guys have any more questions for about Dundee or the courses, you guys can head on to the lounge and then maybe visit Vivian in her booth at University of Dundee. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks everybody. Thank you.